one who is true. We serve the one who doesn't care about people's opinions, and that's why I love him so much. He's really my Father. However someone feels about what Yahweh has said does not change Yahweh's mind nor his intention. If you're his child, then how people feel about his word should never affect you.
Amen.
Never make you think that it's no longer true because too many people are disagreeing with it.
That's right.
Who met me at the beginning? Are we live yet? Are we live yet?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you live on Facebook today. Because during the week, some Sodomites and Sodomite supporters claim they're coming today because they threatened to pay us a visit. Are there any Sodomites in the room who came to pay us a visit? Please pick the camera up and turn it back. Right? Let's seriously decide. I was dressed for the occasion, as you can see. Turn the camera around because I want people to see how women function. If you're a Sodomite and you raise your hand and say you came to speak to me this afternoon, you have the microphone talk. I told them don't be late. If you're late, it means you're scared.
Somebody can? Oh no.
You gotta be careful because as persons walk in, I will ask you, are you a Sodomite who came to know you? If I don't know you and a stranger walks in and asks you, are you one of them who came to talk? They will know that in this country is a preacher who's not afraid of them in the least. I ain't got no armor bear right now, bodyguard, I don't need them. The day I fear a man who takes a penis in his rump, I don't need to be a man anymore. The fact you take a man in a can't scare you. Where is Apostles' animal coming from? The silence of those who claim to be saved.
Oh yes.
It's going too far, man. And the countries that contribute to this behavior already support children doing it. That's my problem. The countries who fund these homosexual agencies in Guyana already support boys doing it. If the money is spent in Guyana for it to happen, what do you think will happen to our children? They're not my children. Let me make a public announcement on Facebook. I prefer to be dead than have a sodomite tell my son it's okay and leave him alone. I prefer to be in prison for demolishing a human being who tried to fool my son in the name of choice.
Pride.
Or pride. I will proudly kill you. That'll be on the record. That's not hate speech, that's the truth. As a father, I will die for my children. If you father and you scared to talk like that, then don't be a father. So you don't think tomorrow come and fool on my boy. And Phoebe gonna slide like that. So now the line has been drawn. Everybody heard what I said. It's a public record. If you fool around my children, I will harm you.
That's right.
So I was dressed this afternoon, as you can see that we come out in front, in case they came as a group and tried to touch one of y'all here. One thing I am going to know is Yahweh did not send a whip back home to be with these people. You can't be scared of me with Sodomites. You need to know that from now. The moment you're afraid of them, you've lost already. They only understand manhood.
That's right. That's right.
Male or female, that's all they can relate to. A tough person telling them, stop your foolishness. You're crossing this line with me.
It's that mango season.
Thank you, sir. I will be an example. When my son grows old, he'll remember these days when my father used to tell me this behavior isn't right because it will get worse.
That's right.
That's right.
Are you offended? Go home. I'm telling you sorry. Thank you, Mom. No longer a slave to fear.
No fear.
No longer a slave to fear. Hallelujah. I'm a child of Yah. You ever saw Yahweh scared a Tanty Merle? They claim to be celebrating their Pride Month. And the churches are so quiet in Guyana, would swear nothing is happening in our street. And then they got the gall to post. Christians apologizing, Mom J, in a rally. We are so sorry for saying that God didn't love you the way you are. We apologize. Yes! There's a big march. We're so sorry for the way the church has treated you all. You're welcome to come. Before I start preaching this afternoon, let me address the second one, where the preacher in Canada was arrested, and everybody sees that as some glory story for him. David Lynn, I think his name is, who was arrested. A preacher went to a rally to preach against sodomy, and the police in Canada came to arrest him. And somebody said, Apostle, you're not alone, because here's another man who was arrested. First of all, he was not preaching the gospel. He was not arrested for preaching the gospel. He was not arrested for preaching the gospel. For nowhere in the gospel, as I said, everybody is welcome and accepted. Yahweh never said that. The gospel says that you were chosen before the foundation of the world. You were chosen and some were not. The gospel says that the wrath of Yahweh is over the head of sinners. And Yahweh's mercy calls a sinner away from his wrath. Bring that to everybody could come and be accepted. The gospel never said that, you see, when we have lost one another, we won't argue. Which part of the gospel said that? The gospel said that you will be hated for my name's sake, not Jesus' sake. That's what the gospel said. He was not arrested for preaching the gospel. He was arrested because he was in error, talking like a fool to make a point. That's not the gospel. You don't have to go to a homosexual rally to preach the gospel. Which part of the gospel do you see somebody saying, what do you want to say? How do you feel? Do you love me? That's the gospel? How can I ask Auntie Mary if you love me? You should say yes. They're not supposed to love the church. They're supposed to hate the church. Because the church is a righteous place and they are a wicked bunch. They are supposed to hate the righteous. You're not saved to be tolerant of sin or accepted by sinners. When they say that you're unkind, it's good. Because sinners can't see straight. Now if your brother tells you you're unkind, then you have an issue. Or your sister. But a sinner? I'm so disappointed in this show this afternoon. I'm so sorry. I told them there at what time. I told them to be early.
Yeah, so what you did.
Oh. Let's talk for a few moments. From the Gospel according to Matthew chapter 26, our teacher Aaron is the saints in Cariveton. And Apostle Josh will be back next week, Yahweh willing, so we're able to get back to our normal schedule. But I'm so grateful for my brother being able to travel and to preach the word of Yahweh as I would have been there last week. Amen. The Gospel according to Matthew chapter 26. Let's go to verse number 14. Then one of the 12, the one called Yehudah from Kirion, went to the head priest, Ohni, and said, "What are you willing to give me if I turn Yeshua over to you. He said that because he was rebuked, among others, and he was the most offended. Somebody entered him. Satan drove him to Yeshua's enemies. And he said, what are you willing to give to me if I turn Yeshua over to you? We're still talking about love if you don't know. And in this text, as we said the last time I saw you, we cannot say that when the woman came to Yeshua with the perfume to anoint his feet, that the disciples who had an issue with it did not love him. They loved him. Amen. It was never an issue of love in the room. But in love we find that if persons are not filled with Ruach HaKodesh, although they love you, they are ill-equipped to deal with rebuke from you. Anyone who is not filled with Ruach HaKodesh, I'll say it again, although they love you, they cannot handle rebuke from you. A spirit-filled person does not get offended because of rebuke to the point of walking away.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Brother Brian. Thank you, Brother Elton. Recently, I've been trying my best to hold myself back and not preach as energetic as I normally do so persons will hear me clearly. But like some of y'all need the energy. But I feel as if I'm trapped in a body that can't say what I want to say. How I want to say.
Speak up.
You sure you want me to speak up? Fine. All right. Speak out. No problem there. You have to talk. Sure, no problem. Good. All right.
Right.
So if someone in the church is filled with the Spirit of Yahweh, and they have cause to be corrected because they fail to hear the Spirit of Yahweh, they will not react to that correction with aggression or walking away.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
Yes, ma'am. If someone in the church is filled with the Spirit of Yahweh and they fail to hear him at some point and they did something wrong, and there he said somebody talked to him about it in the form of a rebuke, they will never react to that rebuke with hate, with aggression, or turning away and walking away. You don't do that.
That's right.
For the Spirit of Yahweh possesses a human being with the ability to receive him, hear me carefully, even at his most aggressive state.
Oh, glory! Amen. Yes. Yes, Apostle.
You see, the gentle dove that appeared in Yeshua is not the permanent expression of Ruach HaKodesh. Because a dove didn't come to Hananiah and Sapphira. A dove didn't be sent and touch her shoulder and say, how could you lie to the Holy Spirit? You can't do this to me. He didn't do that. They just dropped dead by his doing. So there are times when the Spirit of Yahweh will lead someone to speak to a saint in a manner that's very harsh, but to preserve them in righteousness. That saint never reacts to it in rage. So because none of the 12 was filled, and Yeshua rebuked one of them, the absence of Ruach HaKodesh created the avenue for Hasatan to enter Yehuda. He was never come into him after the Pentecost. So he entered him and he wasn't yet filled, and led him to try to betray his master. I said it earlier in Facebook in the week. Let me say it to you in the fellowship. If ever you claim, because most of you here say that Yahweh told you to submit to me, that's what you said. Am I right? That's what you said.
Yes.
If you say that Yahweh told you to submit to any leader, and that leader rebukes you, and you get mad, come back to the leader. Never go anywhere else. Don't even risk going somewhere else. Because if you go somewhere else, you're being led away from the voice that you said you were sent to submit to.
Yes, yes.
Your submission has nothing to do with how you feel.
Amen.
Your confession is Yahweh said to submit to you,
Right.
which has to include the rebuking part.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Sparks of love.
You can't take day off. But what happens in the churches, and I hope it doesn't happen here, is a person will seek to find an environment where what they feel is accommodated, not what it's supposed to do. So we'll find a friend, we'll text a friend, we'll find a spouse, whatever it is, and say, girl, if you know Apostle made me feel. Or boy, if you know Apostle made me feel. Apostle rebuked me so hard, Apostle did this, Apostle did that. And we don't begin by saying, Yahweh told me to submit. It's that kind of subject, because you tell me to talk.
Yes.
Now, he got his money. From verse 16, let's go. From then on, he looked for a good opportunity. You read this before. To do what?
To betray.
To betray. All right. So when evening came, verse 20, Yeshua reclined with the disciples. And as they were eating, he said, yes, I tell you, one of you is going to betray me. Thank you, Sister Ron. They, all body, became terribly upset and began asking him one after the other, Lord, you don't mean me, do you? Because we said, at this moment you discover in the room that although one was highly offended, 12 saw themselves as potential betrayers. So don't tell me that Yehuda is so bad. When 12 men were assuming that it is possible, I will do it to you. So the question itself said, from their lips, I ain't sure if it's me.
Right, correct.
So Yeshua, I trust your judgment. Would I be the person to do it to you? Love was in the room. Nobody hated the Messiah. And because they loved him, because they respected him, look at the text. They also trusted him to tell them if he would be the person to do it.
Yes. Correct.
Can you understand the depth of love in this conversation?
Yeah.
Where somebody is saying, listen, I will set you up, potentially. Just tell me if I do it. And Messiah is looking at 12 men whom he saved on a boat. 12 men who he showed the power of Yahweh. 12 men who he trusted to defend them from the Pharisees. Asking, am I the person who will do this to you? Verse 22 or 23. He answered, the one who dips his matzah in his unleavened bread in the dish with me is the one who will betray me. The Son of Man will die just as the law, as the Old Testament said it to not. But woe to the man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It would have been better for him if he'd never been born. Yehuda's hearing this now. Yehuda, the one who was betraying him, asked, surely, Rabbi, you don't mean me. And he already got paid. He already began to seek an opportunity. And he has the nerve to ask a question. Yeshua said the words are yours. So while they were eating, They made a blessing of Rahab. And he gave it to the disciples. He said, take, eat, this is my body. Also he took the cup of wine, that's verse 27. Made thanksgiving. Give it to them, saying, all of you drink from it. For this is my blood, which ratifies the new covenant, seals it. My blood is shed on behalf of many, so that they may be forgiven or have their sins forgiven. I tell you, I will not drink from the fruit of the vine again until the day I drink new wine with you in my Father's kingdom. Verse number 30. After the Hallel, they went out to the Mount of Olives. Yeshua then said to them, tonight, and that's our focus for today, tonight you will all lose faith in me. As Tanakh says, Tanakh means Old Covenant, Old Testament. It says, I will strike the shepherd.
Yes.
When I strike the shepherd dead, the sheep of the flock will be scattered. But after I've been risen, I will go ahead of you into Galilee. Verse number 33. I will never lose faith in you, Keeper answered. Even if everyone else, all the other 11 or 10, who we mean, even if everybody else does it, I, Messiah, will never lose faith in you. Now, Yeshua said in verse 34, yes, I tell you that tonight, before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times. This text is so familiar to you, all right? Good, all right. Verse 35. Now somebody's responding, even if I must die with you, Peter replied, I will never disown you. That's love. You don't say because he hated the Messiah. He loved it bad. But the part that most you didn't read was the latter part of the same verse. What did it say?
All the Talmudim said the same thing.
Talmudim disciples. All of them made the same promise. I tell you, I read this all the time until you skip over the part because all we stuck on is the rooster, before the rooster crow, you will deny me 3 times. No, there's more to that. A lot more you hear this afternoon. So, all 12 just asked him, Lord, am I the one to betray you? They weren't sure about their status of commitment to this man. And then when he talks about disowning him now, he said, I will never do that. I would never disown you. All of them said it. All said it. So what's the problem here then? The problem for discipleship this afternoon we talk about is this. I'm talking about love. When someone loves a leader who they believe was sent by Yahweh, you could never love them beyond the truth Yahweh tell them to tell you. Amen. I will fix it for you on Sam in a minute. If Yahweh sent me to tell Terence, you shall betray me tomorrow. The minute said never, what is he opposing? Yahweh. His response in love doesn't override the truth.
That's good.
And that's where preachers get hurt. Yeah. Because they feel that when you are loyal,
go there.
You are protected from something hidden that hasn't addressed yet. You could be as loyal as you want to be. If Yahweh said to tell you, you shall deny me. The moment you say, I will not deny you, contended with the prophetic words from Yahweh.
Yes.
So the reaction was a reaction of love. But the reaction in love was contending with the truth.
So is it love? Wow. Is it love?
All right. Okay.
Yeah, is it love?
Listen, baby.
Is it love?
Is it love, right? Because love is saying, I wouldn't do this to you. So watch this. You have love and you have truth. No. Blame him. Different families, people say talk. I be calm all the time. I be prepared to fill my hands and talk to you nice and soft, but you say talk, so I talk.
No, I like where you talk. Talk like this.
Good.
Right.
So you have love and you have truth.
Wow.
And pastors support congregation members, as they call it, congregants, because they say on pastor's appreciation that you showed me love. But can you receive truth? The way you feel about the leader does not devalue or erase the truth from his mouth. Church, if you believe that Yahweh speaks to a person and the person says, although you think you love me or you do love me, a day is coming when you walk away from me and you say, I will never do that.
Continue the hour.
In this moment, they were all of them in the room telling Messiah, you're wrong about all loyalty to you. When he told them, you see that get his text straight. He was telling them a prophetic word, saints. He wasn't talking. Tanakh is the old covenant, the law and the prophets. He was giving them a prophetic statement that had to be fulfilled.
Right.
What's the text? It had to be fulfilled through them.
Yes.
I love it.
So they were chosen for the word that says, when I strike the shepherd dead, the sheep will scatter. You are the sheep.
That's right.
Wow.
So the sheep want to prove to the shepherd that you're wrong.
Wow.
Watch this. Meaning, when they strike the shepherd, we will still be loyal. Because we ain't going anywhere. Now, when the sheep wants to prove that the prophet and the spirit of Yahweh is wrong, Yeshua said, no problem. Come, boys. Y'all know the text by heart. He said, let's go to the garden and fear you. Keep for you talk first, so you come with me to the garden to pray. You're my breasted friend. You're close to me. You come to pray. Yahweh come be the boss. You're an elder come. Three of you come with me to pray. Why? Because the three of you saw me transfigured on a mountain. Remember that?
Yes.
And my father said to you from since then, whatever he tells you, hear him. Which includes this statement. But they heard a spiritually filled moment on the mountain. Filled with such glory that they feel we are three elites. Because we saw you transform. So now I am qualified to tell you that I would never walk away from you. She would say, come, let's go pray. Because Daddy told us on the mountain, hear what I can tell you. Even if what I tell you is not what you like to hear it.
Hear ye him.
Let's go to pray. Ooh. Let's please go to verse number 36. Then Yeshua with his disciples got to the place. He took them or went to a place called Shamini, and said to them, sit here while I go over there and pray. He took with him Kepha, Zacharias two sons, which are Yochanan and Yaakov. Grief and anguish came over him. Remember they just said we were willing to die with him on them, right?
Yes.
Another one said we'll never lose faith in you. Never. And we will never disown you. And the one they love now went to pray. And in prayer, grief and anguish came over him. Verse 38, and he said to them, he prayed, my heart is so filled with sadness that I could die. Remain here. Stay here.
Stay awake.
Stay awake. There is
Stay good. Come on. What is that?
Stay awake with me.
Stay awake.
with me.
Me.
With me. Going a little farther. fell on his face, praying, my Father, if it's possible, let this cup pass. Yet, not what I want, but what you want. Verse 40. He returned to the disciples who said, we are never going to disown you, and we're not going to leave you by yourself. Did he tell them he feels as if he's about to die?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see how these caring, loving men function now. He returned and found the disciples sleeping. Alright. If on the night I said, tonight they're going to arrest me and take me to kill me, tonight they're going to betray me, and you say, no, apostle. And then I said, listen here, all y'all in here, but run away, leave me, because you can't take the pressure. And every one of you said, no, we will never leave you. We will never disown you. And then now, tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, after the conversation, I said to y'all, I feel something about to die. I'm so sad. Just stay awake with me for these last few moments. When I come back, the three key men, Brother Chubby, Brother Clyde, and Brother Delta, are snoring. Why did they fall asleep? Every ECR is in church.
She had to fulfill.
Oh, y'all heard in church every single Easter. Well, let's have an Easter service this afternoon. Saints, to prove to them before they ran, they had to sleep. Before they ran, they had to sleep to prove to them that even without opposition, you can't stay awake in my worst moment. Even when there's no threat to your well-being, you still can have your human strength to support me when I'm weak.
1-0.
He gave them a time frame. Can't you watch me for an hour? He came back a second time. Because he told them, listen, be careful. Watch and pray, lest you fall into temptation. What was the temptation they could fall into? What? Because we like saying it all the time. What was it? The temptation is, how could you sleep when your master has requested of you to be vigilant? If Kepha was willing to die with Messiah, how are we sleeping when Messiah is under so much pressure? Secondly, was Kepha feeling as if he would die? No. From sadness?
No.
Okay, brilliant church. So the fact that Kepha did not have Yeshua's emotional experience at that moment, he was never qualified to go through the experience with Yeshua. Because if somebody is so much in love with a leader and they are disconnected from the person's emotions when they hurt, how are you suffering with them?
Exactly.
If the leader's sorrow doesn't bother you to keep you awake, how are you suffering along with the person? Weak disciples sleep when the master is in trouble. Because they have the ability to rest when they need it most. You alright?
Yes.
Okay, fine. You're alright. He said to them, hey, let's go to verse 41. Stay awake and pray that you will not be put to the test. The spirit is eager, but your human nature is weak. A second time he went and prayed, my Father, if this cup cannot pass away unless I drink it, let your will be done. Again he returned and found them sleeping. Their eyes were heavy. Leaving them again, he went off and prayed a third time, saying the same words. Then he came to his disciples and said, from now on, or from now, go on sleeping.
Exactly. If you want to sleep, sleep.
And then we got a funeral statement. This was a funeral here. Take your rest is not for dead people. He told living people, take your rest. Look, the time has come for the Son of Man to be betrayed into the hands of sinners. Get up! Let's go. Here comes my betrayal. But because you've been sleeping all night, and your flesh has a weak problem, key for you, be the first one to show me that you weren't praying. So, Yehuda came and he kisses the Messiah. Did he kiss the Messiah?
Yes.
A kiss is an affectionate symbol. It's a sign of love. Yehuda had told the Pharisees, the priests, I will give you a sign to let you know who the Messiah really is. He did not say, I will throw a rock and if it hit him, that's the person. He didn't say, I will go and I'll give him a high five and say, you the man. He didn't say, I will go and give him a dab, as they call it, a palm, and say, you the man. None of that. He said, I will go to him and kiss him. I will show him an affection that speaks to my loving him. And then he take him. And he gave them a warning. He said, take him safely. Don't harm him. It means that, church, if we married in the room, the most gentle embrace from your spouse does not mean that their mind about the embrace was pure.
Oh, wow. Wow.
If your spouse is upset with you about anything, and the spouse calls her mother, or he calls his mother, or whoever they call, and they speak about you in a destructive manner, and then you come home, they clap a kiss, and hi baby, how are you doing? That is a betrayal.
Amen.
And some folks, they say, I ain't clapping, I ain't saying amen, I ain't saying nothing. Some people just rigid, I can't move. If I give any sign, and it says, calm yourself down, man. You're in for free room. Affection does not mean the betrayal is absent. Affection does not mean that betrayal is absent. If you're driven by affection, you'll always be fooled by betrayal. What's Yehuda's problem? He left upset because he was rebuked. He didn't come back and say, Messiah, I apologize. I was wrong. I should not have walked away from you. That would have been repentance. So he showed affection without repentance. I hope I have a conversation this afternoon, school boy. He was prepared to show affection without repentance. How many men you know like that? You hear all the men talking, y'all better don't give up with You got some husbands who are prepared to tell their wife that what you so stupid, you're a fool. I don't know you come to church, all that. And then, when for whatever reason they talk about night, because only night time church people can do anything. You all know what day stuff. You're going to come out to me for 2 seconds. They only want night all the time. So when the night time comes now, your blood hot. And you got the gall to go beside a daughter of Yahweh and start rubbing leg. You can't remember that you just told her she was stupid this afternoon. You can't have 10 cents, 10 ounces of common sense to say, at least I could say, I am so sorry. Thank you, girlfriend. Because if I was one, I would tell the truth and say, you, of all people, you preaching with this afternoon. You can't forget that you had insulted your wife. Is Facebook Live? Facebook Live? Yes. Good. You can't allow her moans and his moans to start rising inside you. Oh God, I just can't resist this woman. address your behavior.
Good.
If you are in this room, I ain't talking outside the room, or you submit to me on Facebook, I am announcing to you when I live by. Your wife in the kingdom should never let you touch her unless you address your behavior. You are a disrespectful brother. Say amen. Thank you very much. Kingdom is different. Kingdom is different. In the kingdom, she's a daughter of a king. You're the son of a king. Don't make no peasant. Say amen. Thank you very much. Please don't know you're in that vex. You see, this is very happy. I'm coming down the street in a minute, don't worry. They say to their fathers, they went to the father's story. I know. Some time ago, I told you how June not his Father's Day month, so I had a special message for you fathers in the room. Because they all like Father's Day announcement. Daughters in this room, daughters in the faith, don't tolerate your husband telling you stupid, you're an idiot, and all these different words, and then he comes to you, one rub leg.
You mess with your mind. You mess with your mind. You can't do that.
You're not a hooker.
That's right.
You're a prostitute, you don't work by Parliament building.
And head office.
And head of this.
HQ.
Yes, Sister Andrea, hang up, you waving. The unsafe husband is different because he can't do better. I say left finger. He doesn't have self-control. For the work calculation not in him. The same husband who talk in tongues in him, he will talk right in your house. No. I don't play that.
So, Apostle.
That's right, you say, but you can't hold him to the standard of the safe husband. That's the point I'm making. The unsafe husband have his moments because he ain't safe.
You could tell it, yeah.
But still your behavior towards him can be heard here, baby. Hear what happened to their heart. They don't go like that. This body right here is too good. For some, you only got confidence in your body yet. Let me help you out of the part of the church. You gotta say it and believe what you say. Listen here, this here. This too good boy. You can't treat this bad and then come jump. You don't do that. This is out.
Very good.
You must know the true value yourself. And you men of faith, look who get mad at me. Get mad at me with the comments this afternoon. Because in the kingdom of heaven, the scripture says you must love your wife to the same degree that Messiah cares about the church. You will not hurt yourself. It's in the Bible. So if a man in the church calls his wife stupid, you're in a mirror. I'm talking in the church. Y'all don't listen. Don't listen to what I'm saying. In the church. If you say you failed to Hakadosh, she failed to Hakadosh, are you in this room? Okay, kind of run there because you're in the same room. You're okay, because the rest of the family.
Love is not automatic promotion.
You see? You see the love doctor, right? You see the love doctor talking? Talk to that, Brian. You gotta pass the test. You want to jump from prep A to standard one? Go through the exam. Thank you, Shkumura. That's my baby. You save, sanctify, filled with rock Hakadosh, and tell your wife, you stupid. That is a mirror moment. Because you just talk to yourself. Now, sisters, don't tell him that. For heaven's sake, don't tell him. You hear what Apostle said? Don't do that. Just remember what I said. Don't tell him.
Apostle, if the unsaved wife operates
Hold on,
in
yeah,
spirit.
who?
And so what?
Wait. Yes, go ahead.
I'm asking the flip side to what Sister
Don't
Angela asked.
flip yet? Don't flip side yet?
Okay.
No, the flip side coming in second.
Okay.
Let me do the brothers first. Y'all think y'all already escaped?
No, it wasn't that.
Oh, sorry.
I was saying the flip side to what Sister Angie said. What about the saved husband?
Right.
Since we still on husband.
Right.
And the unsaved wife.
Right.
Because they do ask stupid sometimes, but I know we shouldn't say that. But how do you deal with a situation like that?
You shouldn't say. You shouldn't call his wife stupid. No.
So, Apostle,
Uh-oh.
because if Scripture says
Uh-huh.
that a foolish woman tears her house down with her own hands,
Correct.
and you go and tell your wife that you're a foolish woman,
It means since she said the house down with her hand. The person saying that to the wife.
thank you.
Okay? If the wife is tearing her house down with her hands and the husband say you are tearing your house down with your hands, you're foolish. That man, whoever the husband is, living on the house being torn down, maybe he's wired to be homeless. But once you see a wife start tearing her house down with her hand, it's a sign to you that you're next in line. The house is the people in it, not the building. And a foolish, don't let me deal with the ladies yet, man. Hold on. Wait, let me deal with brothers first. So the husbands in here, on Facebook, who love your wife so much, listen to me. You are free to have disagreements. I don't know, couples will disagree. You will have passionate disagreements. It will happen every so often. The more you love, the deeper becomes your disagreement sometimes.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
But you don't have the right to call a sister in the kingdom stupid, no good. Good for nothing. Give me the Brian. Grass. And when you finish, now all of this said. You're stressed. You that you're stressed. And when they finish, their fingers suddenly become, oh, I can't control it. I gotta touching. I'm telling y'all in here, I give it those who sold I want 4. Tell him in a nice way, are you forgetting what you called me earlier today? You want piano moment up? For some of y'all, your blood's so hot. You ladies, that you can't keep calm. You can't be patient to get to that one moment because you don't think, boy, if you don't give me now, I get it till next week. Somebody take it when I get it. No, don't take it when you get it. Demons think that it should be dealt with. You must not tolerate a man telling you any old thing about yourself. You are a child of the King Most High. I will always say that. My big girl asked me, Daddy, what if I marry a man and we have a disagreement and he just hits me one time? Why it happened? She right to ask the question. Well, she will be in church, but she right to ask me the question because she wanted my response. She said, I wonder how we can recover from it. I said, no, baby, you gotta wonder if you will live after it. To recover. Because when I done with him, I don't know if you could handle the husband who's maimed. I tell my brothers by law, yes they are.
Men who like to beat women can't fight men.
No! You know the thing. I tell my brother-in-law here, RJ, and the one that passed away was married, I told one of the men, I said, here, I give my brother-in-law speech. I said, the only time you will touch my sister, the only time you will touch my sister is for romance. Rub the body and soul, but don't let I said, you touching me on that, let it touch me soft, rub her face, and I said, so. No, but even if it's not feeling hot, don't get aggressive. Touch her light. TM who? TM what? That TM nothing. That TM power. Rubber. But don't you touch my sister. I'm telling you what I said that gives her a hint that you're aggressive. Because I've come to see you.
I mean, your visitation is not.
Yes, and all the guests in the wedding were like, dog, shut up. He said, what? I said it publicly. Jane is mommy right here. You can't hit my sister.
That's right.
You, my daughters and sisters in this room, your husband can't hit you, and I know that.
That's right.
And a man in here, saved, sanctified, act like hitting wrong. That's why you sit here.
God got to relocate us right now.
They won't thank you. You see, you got to understand, when my daughter's getting married, if they're getting married, I will give the father speech. And since Mel said TMI, you ain't coming to the wedding because I'm sitting in the wedding too. Touch and rub, but don't you dare touch my daughter's heart because I have come and deal with your case.
That's right.
The daughters in the church, the women in the church must be assured in their hearts that they are surrounded by men who are quality men. Be very second here. No abuse of me in this church. Now if I don't know, fine. But if I know you're an abuser, I'll deal with you. I have said it on Facebook and I've said to your uncle, maybe somebody made me say it, but then made me say, my saying it, I said it. Until this country gets serious with men who want to beat their wives and kill them in public, I ain't tolerating y'all the jokers. You want me to be president of you, MPs? I'll be a harsh president in Guyana. Any man will beat him, I'll kill you. As a president, I go to parliament. So let's make a law. Men who want to beat their wife, bust up the eye, are supposed to die a public death.
That's right.
I bet they won't touch another man. Any man, adult male who wants to rape a 2-year-old, a 10-month-old, a 3-year-old, death sentence. You're dead.
That's right.
See? Never threaten again. Some men is on a little bit. Don't call me so often. Never threaten again. It's a small don't play boy. I love you, dear heart. I love you bad. But he's talking about the disciple who fell asleep and flesh started ruling the day. Brothers, when you all fall asleep, the flesh start talking hard. That's the point I'm making. You begin to say things to the kingdom's citizens as if she deserves you to tell her that. If you're about to say sisters, it's your time now. Come on. If you're a wife in this room and you feel that you could tell your husband one thing, talk anyhow on Facebook. Your dog, your stupid self, you know man, you can't do me nothing, you my father. All that. You don't know man, look up for somebody, yeah, right. You my pap, you, and all that kind of talk to a husband in the kingdom. And then, want to say to him, I submit to you as my husband. And he smiled. Yes, girl, yes, I know. I know that. No. Sisters, if you're single, hear me carefully. Didi, you single? I'll pick the wrong answer. You're sure you're single? Oh, let's see a pause before you answer. Girl, are you single? Oh. Yes. Yes, sir.
There's something that made this statement. Men are not loyal, dogs are.
Oh, Lord of mercy. Woman say that?
Yes, Apostle.
Yes. They like to say all men are dogs. Because he like pet. Sisters, you cannot belittle and submit at the same time. That's not. A man you cannot raise in honor, you never submit to in honor. Never. Never. Most women I know in church like to speak of submission because the scripture thing to say. but it's not where they want to live. Some of you want Subway. The sandwich, you can. When a wife in this room has a husband who's saved in this room, I'm talking to you all in here.
And on Facebook.
And on Facebook. Your position towards him in honor has nothing to do with whether you feel he deserves it.
Oh, boy. Bring the one again, Apostle. Bring the one again, Apostle.
If you say sanctified and all the rest of it, in here, on Facebook, you follow me? Your position in terms of submission to your husband has nothing to do with whether you feel he deserves it.
Amen.
It is your duty to do it.
Apostle, you're being a little chauvinistic now.
I'm being chauvinistic.
Male chauvinism.
Yes, And the devil Facebook watch me saying, imagine this man in 2019 talking about women must submit to man. And many sodomites make that objection. Because normal women know the power of submitting to a husband. Yahweh made you a woman. I did not make you a woman. Oh, let's go there. If your heavenly Father, the Creator, made you female, it's because He knows that you are not capable of functioning as a male. Thank you for the praise. Stand up for the praise. Stand up.
Thank you very much.
So if you're female, and you said, Yahweh, you are all wise, your wisdom blows my mind. It is His wisdom that made you female too. And His wisdom, yes, brother, as we coming in with the plan part now. I began by telling about the plan of Yahweh. In His planning, He saw that Noella would serve best in the earth as female. In His planning now, He said, okay, not just as female who's single, but I'll allow her to have a husband. Because according to my plan, Noella is capable of submitting to Rensford. I'm amazed by spirit-filled women in the church who, when it comes to this conversation, believe that Yahweh made a mistake.
Yeah, about yourself, submit to
Submit to you, to what? When a disciple commits their statements, by statement, by words, to a leader, like in Yeshua's case, it was an example for us. Listen, I'm prepared to die with you. I'm prepared to submit to follow you. I will never lose faith in you. I believe in you. Those words, when they said in the absence of opposition, have no meaning.
That's right.
You can't know how well you submit to me as your leader unless that submission is tested. There has to be a trial moment coming up. There has to be something whereby you feel, oh, I feel the boss is going too far now. Oh God, oh Lord, you need sodomite, oh. When you see that kind of thought,
Find the apostle quick.
Wives, and I quote, because God said it there. Who called you out there? Wives, in the church, I talk to you in the church, I'm talking to you outside the church. Wives in the church, his husband in the church. I don't know Jesus' husband. I don't know a saved, sanctified, spirit-filled man. Filled with the truth. Walking in the truth. Desirous of following the truth. That man in your life is always going to be one who stands for what is right when it comes to authority. A man in the church, a I can't move the come back. I stand right here. I can stand here. I'm in frame. Good.
Yeah.
A man in the church who is filled with the spirit of truth will never accept you not submitting to him. You might as well let me in. Amen.
Amen.
A man in the church who's filled with the spirit of truth will never accept your not submitting to him.
Amen.
For the spirit of truth said, wives, submit to your husband. If he has the spirit of truth, how can he accept you not submitting to him?
There you go.
Now you qualified the earlier statement about.
He has to let his wife know that according to the word of Yahweh, this is your position. If I say, I tell you before, that in my house we will not be watching Tyler Perry dressed like no woman, no, Medea, because my son will not think a dress like a woman is okay. When you make that rule, and the wife said, man, listen here, I do what I want, no you don't. You see, you're not as crazy as me, because I got a certificate. What is the face say? She had one to go in, and she don't want to come out. So she double mad. The police can lock me up. I got one. If you're like me, I told my Senator knows that. We wouldn't have a TV. Ain't nobody watching it. Listen here, though. I ensure that I'm not a woman that can't beat me. Somebody always made a mistake. I will marry a woman who I know cannot beat me in any fist fight. Now, once y'all men in here sure she can't beat me, then you're man enough for scared of. She can't run to you.
That's right.
I will pull the TV out from the wall.
I broke it up.
Apostle, you mean me? No. A man in his house who is incapable of telling his wife you are wrong is never a leader.
Never. You don't know what to
You see, you saying you want me to talk steady now? A man in his house who cannot tell his wife she's wrong is not a leader. The quality of leadership lies in the courage to correct error.
A leader is one that lead by example.
Thank you, sir. You lead your wife by example. So in my house, girlfriend and I have a rule. All my children have a rule. I don't shout at you, you don't shout at me. Simple.
When you like for yourself, try your best not to do to others.
Now, listen to me. You might as well come and start preaching. I don't do the double T. Because they want to preach with me, Brother Brian. My house rules are simple. I don't shout at my wife because my wife will not shout at me. You can't tell me. But yesterday you shouted at me. I don't shout at my wife. Why? Because my wife will not shout at me.
Right.
It's simple. I shout when I preach, and I preach down so you can hear me. But those of you close to me, I don't do it. I don't scream at people. Because when I talk to you, I'm talking to you like, sharp. God, you can't do that, boy. I don't be hard in the house. But I speak like a man. However, if I don't shout at you, and you start shouting at me, I don't remind you, did I shout at you? No, then don't shout at me. That's a man. Bring your volume down. That's a man. And then she tells you, bring what up? I tell you what I want. I'm poor Mr. in the house now. I can't believe God, Yahweh, give us strength. Oh, yeah. When a woman shouts and make you cry, she never respect you.
Never.
Never. So I can hear the brother saying, Apostle, what do I do in that case? If my wife refuses to listen to me and want to fight me all the time. I can tell you what mine knows. Girlfriend knows that Nigel London has no problem being single.
She's not a wife, she's a knife.
Yes, sir.
Very sharp.
Sharp head. No, boy. I prefer to live a single life than to marry a woman who wants to control me bully me around and holler me in the house. Say amen.
Amen.
Yahweh does not warrant kingdom men, citizens of the kingdom, men, to be faithful of the wife. Never. We are incapable of tolerating disrespect. Woman quiet, one loud one.
Amen.
Why am I preaching this way? Because you have to understand what happens in love. Love can be drifted so far. I'm talking the emotional side of it, like we get so soft and so gentle. Oh my God. Love can drift so far until you don't recognize where disrespect is from. You get lost in love and don't even know what disrespect is. You have to learn, brothers. You have to learn, sisters. You cannot contend with authority submitted at the same time. Contention is an announcement if you don't submit to authority. I'm not saying you be stupid and I'll say, oh yeah, let me tell you that. No, I'm not saying that. But you know if your husband, okay, let me fix this way. If Ruach HaKodesh is in you, sisters, and your husband tells what Ruach HaKodesh supports from the word, which part of you should object to it?
No part. No part.
He tell you what's not found in the scripture. If your husband says, wives, submit to your husband. Listen here, my job is to raise my children in the fear and admonition of Yahweh. That's the father's job, not the mother's job. The father's job is to ensure that the children know Yahweh. Now if I tell girlfriend that and she decides, no, it's my job to tell them Jesus is the way, what am I supposed to do? Be scared of my wife? No. I'll announce to you, reflect to my children of you. First thing, you are a danger to their spirit.
Yeah.
Apostle, no. If you tell your wife that, you can't get nothing. I can't believe the church when I put myself so much love, friends, everything because of woman.
Stand on principles.
Listen, man, listen here. They got two men in this room. I don't call me. Two men. Me and another one. Sitting in front of them in a whitish, creamish kind of stuff. No, three. Because you would accept it either. And another one in blue. I know that because they hook up together. We have more women than maybe Guyana combined. I'm calling them. Somebody in a bluish shirt. Because I know that I'm not alone in this room. We had a lot of women. You can't tell me that as a man, a woman got you so scared.
90 seconds.
No, boy. No. That's not Mother Junior. One brought him down to the cage, he can't even shake his feathers properly. Listen here, brothers. You're married to one, but you can't be scared of that one. You're still a man.
Bottom line.
Be a man. You have been telling me to live for the year? Be a man in your house.
No disrespect.
So, let's finish the text. Some people get nervous. 5 minutes and we go home. Alright? Verse number 51, after the kiss. After one of the men with Yeshua, who's happened to the Kepha, reached for what?
The sword.
Drew it out and did what?
Struck at the servant of the high priest.
The high priest, going on without his high priest.
Cutting off his ear.
Cutting off his ear. Look at verse 52. Yeshua said to him, who got a mic, man? You got a Bible?
Yeah.
Let me read what it say that.
Put your sword back where it belongs.
Uh-oh. No. No. We talked about love, aren't we?
Yes.
Was Kepha's action an act of love?
Yes.
Yes. He loved his leader. Here, watch this carefully says. When Messiah told him to watch and pray, he slept.
Yeah.
Now Messiah is about to be arrested. He's awake. His actions when he's awake still demonstrate that he is in opposition to the plan of Yahweh. What was it, man?
Sleep. Go ahead and catch your rest.
He said, hey, rest.
Yeah.
Chill out. Sleep on, because this is the moment now when I'm about to be arrested. So chill out.
Yeah.
Why? You missed 3 opportunities to do what was spiritual. But now you are reacting because there's a crowd and you have a point to prove.
Never leave me.
Alright. So if nobody's watching, and I tell Brother Elton, we're going to pray for an hour, because we have to build ourselves spiritually. And in 15 seconds he's snoring. But then when the church is full, he decides he's going to show the church how much he prays with apostle. He is a hypocrite. Thank you, sir. You can't wait for the crowd to arrive to try your best to demonstrate that you care for me. If you cared for me, you would have been praying with me when it is Jesus. Yeshua did not want protection.
No.
He said pray, not protect. Because to protect your leader from the will of Yahweh is to be an enemy of Yahweh in that moment. The will of Yahweh was for Yeshua to die. The will of Kepha, because he loved his master, was you're not going to die. So love said, I will fight for you, even if I fight against the will of Yahweh. The will of Yahweh is not for me or for pastors to lord over the congregation.
That's right.
The will of Yahweh is not for us to treat you like little children. So whenever the preacher decides that a married woman must leave her house 6-7 days a week to show she's loyal to the church, you are an enemy of Yahweh.
Yes. Amen. Nonsense.
Yes. A pastor should never call a wife 7 days a week to church so she can be loyal to Jesus. Not even 5. Not even 4. Not even 3 or 2.
Just a few hours.
One is good.
Call it, Brother Junior. Monday, women meet. Tuesday, Bible study. Wednesday, intercessors pray. And deliverance service. So she got 2 on Wednesday. Deliverance service midday and prayer in the night. Thursday, no. The women go visit the sick. Visitation. Friday, practice for something. Saturday, decorating or sleeping for Sunday. Sunday, church. And your husband must tolerate that. And if you object, that you are a devil, get behind me, Satan. You're getting between me and God.
Blood of Jesus on you.
The blood of Jesus against you. The blood. Yes, ma'am. Oh, Lord. Oh, my question is, man. God, there will never be a day in the history of this ministry when I'm alive where any wife could say she was. I can say on Facebook, if you're cheating here, you're in trouble now. No wife will tell you, sir, that she made a prayer meeting 5 days a week. Not here. She got another prayer meeting she was going to, not this one. Not in here. I see you one day, 1 week, 1 day in the week.
Couple hours.
For a few hours, that's it. Stay home. Deal with your family.
Chill out.
That is not the will of Yahweh. Oh, because it's pastor's anniversary, we got 1 week of service to celebrate the man of God.
Nonsense.
1 whole week. And every week is some guest speaker. Another guest. Every week we got 2-3 services. You know, some of you haven't even realized, but now your eyes open. It is how they keep the bank account going. The more services they have, the more offerings you have to give. That's how the business flows. Not in here. It shall not be numbered among us. It shall not be known among us. As a wife in here, you shall enjoy your husband. If you can enjoy him on TV. So you come here and because you can't find your man, I must leave and come here to pray with you whole week. And then these same women, Sister Jane, got enough to come crying in a prayer line. Apostle Priest prayed. My husband got another woman. Break it. Break what? Stay home. There you go. Stay home. You break everything just like that. What are we praying for?
Amen.
Apostle.
We can pray with too.
Apostle, this thing serious, man.
Yes, sir.
I remember when I be working around work. I come in on Friday night. I got for there women transportation.
Friday night?
On Fridays,
Uh-huh.
come off work. Yes, this thing is very serious. While I was working in a regular, I only had 1 day off.
Right.
Saturday.
1 day off.
Why I'm saying 1 day off?
Okay.
Because I gotta be back on the site on Sunday to
Okay.
work Monday.
Right.
So when I finish working Friday afternoon, there are bus coming out.
Late in the trade.
So anything was going out, you better ride. And you need to ride, sometimes we down Linden, sometimes we down to McDo. I would stop the vehicle, take a taxi, and go in to the church to get my wife, because Saturday, Sunday I gotta go.
Right.
I do it 1 time, and the second time my wife tell me here, don't come and pick me up at the church. Don't come between me and my God. Go. I gotta come home. So the next time I did it, I go home. And when she came home and she discovered I was at home, she said, oh God, no one's going to come for me. I said, no man. You said don't come between you and your God.
Where was the pastor?
The pastor then with his wife at church. And that is why I'm saying this. Because I have experienced it. It is the leadership of the so-called churches are not protecting families.
No.
They're dividing families.
Say it, my cousin. That is the truth. In the name of church meeting and being faithful.
Yes, that is
You tell me, y'all, please. Why do I need to meet you on Friday night for prayer meeting? I'm preaching us there. I'm preaching us asking questions. Come here in the back. You hear me, Sister Jack? But I think that's training because you're all opposite, you're perplexed. Tell me, please. You hear me now?
Yes.
Good. Alright. Let me get it straight from y'all. Why do we have to come to Friday night prayer meeting for Yahweh to hear us?
You have to.
Let me get the book then. The book said, when you pray, go to your closet, close the door, pray in secret. Your heavenly Father who hears in secret shall reward you openly. Why we need all night prayer meeting? Yes, Nehemiah.
A
Apostle, prayer meeting is the PREY.
Oh! Make sure Mike is off you there. Church, it's not happening. If two of us find a closet, you will be shocked to see it happening in any ministry. As opposed to a crowd hollering all night. Friday is the end of the week. It's the end of a work week. Why must I take a woman away from her husband or a man away from his wife to come to have a spiritual moment? No! And then Saturday's rehearsal. Because Ron could sing. Because she got Friday night prayer, then we got come Saturday to go with her melodious kissy voice. What Brother Kite was do, man?
I'm out with the boys. Chill.
How you never try to sing with me, girlfriend? You're such a decent lady, boy. Maybe because you can't sing. I don't know why you can't sing. Me? Are y'all okay with that decision of mine?
Yes.
Not feeling every day of the week. I ain't seeing you every day of the week. I am on a prayer meeting with you. I could hear somebody on Facebook already said, imagine a man of God say he doesn't want to pray. I said I don't want to pray. I never said that. I said I don't want to have any Friday night prayer meeting with you. Doesn't mean I like you. I love you bad. That's why I'm doing it. You're welcome, my dear. Only one woman say thank you. Everybody else vexed. Pray home, man. You see, Sister Noella got it. But the Bible says, where 2 or 3 are gathered, or agree are touching, and they get touched. So touching me, you got to hold hand. Come, let's go. I'll stand. Let me show you how to do this in the church now. Stand. Let me show you how to agree. Come here, I'll show you the camera. If 2 shall agree as touching anything, so they then begin a spiritual term. You have to form a prayer link. You have to connect. Don't break the chain. If you break the chain, you break the spirit. Connect to the spirit, church. Link your hands around the room. And let's turn the throne of grace. Let's talk to Yahweh. Let's say Yahweh. Let's talk to God. And let God hear us. Yes, because we're touching and agreeing. Stop. Holding hand is not touching and agreeing.
Amen.
Well, the chain is as strong as it biggest leg.
So you got to hold hand. No. No. When you get into this room or on your way to the room and you say, Yahweh, please speak to Apostle today. Use my leader for your glory. That's it. You have prayed. We have agreed that when we get in this room, we're here to give Yahweh glory and hear what he has to tell us. We obey his instruction. That is a prayer.
In secret.
I am so grateful to be free.
Bless you, Brother Jesus. Zola hand was up. Sorry. Somebody say freedom.
That's a positive story.
Yes, that's okay.
2 things.
Go ahead.
Firstly, is it fair is it good for Jesus' husband to think that to be a man they have to shout unnecessarily?
No.
And behave sillily?
Should not.
Secondly, in my first marriage, my ex-husband, he was a wife beater.
Oh.
And he would beat me, but whether I was pregnant or not, he would drag me by my feet from one side of the bed, and if I dare say anything, it's boxed and beat and whatever. The next thing you know, it's miscarriage. And I remember when I came back to Guyana, I used to go to church, but this so-called apostle, I said to her, what was happening. And in front of this joker, she said to me, you shouldn't do anything for him to beat you. What?
That's the worst.
What? Church, we gotta go. But in departure, please let me make this announcement to y'all. Any woman in this room who's married to a man in this room, Vanetta, Diane, Shona, Novella, that's just the husband here. But if your husband is in this room here and he hits you, please inform me. Now, you can't say never told you to do that. kindly let me know whether your husband gets you. Thank you very much. Because in the US, I made an announcement to Sister Angie. In the US and in Guyana, today is the day of announcements to me, so people can't say they didn't know. If he hits you, call the police. You can't say they tell you. Now you can choose not to call him. Yes, Sister.
Apostle, even when I was in the war, I was serious.
There you go.
Because my husband, then we wasn't married, he used to try it. And I tell him one day, boldly, I said, hey, if you can't stop this knocking thing, one day you will come and you wouldn't find me in the house. You will find everything that we achieved and you wouldn't see me back ever
I'll
again.
be gone.
I will be gone. And you wouldn't believe from that day to now.
You knew it.
He never do it again.
Not fed up.
And that is why I have a sense of belief that he could change. Because if I talk these things then about that, and I never see it happen again. But he tried a thing the other day and say, you remember that days? I said, you try it now.
There you go.
I say, nothing will happen to it then, but you try it now, and you will see. And you can laugh and brush it off or play a little.
Right.
Don't play anything with me. And it gets serious, because I am serious about it. My father hit a woman when I was much younger. He hit her one cuff to her temple because she wanted to go out and he didn't want her to go, and she never regained consciousness up to today.
Wow.
And I grew with that and always feared that hitting may take my life as well. So I put a stop to it one time.
Bless you. Saints, 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 I don't play with that. Wow. Go ahead.
I want to thank Yahweh for Apostle teaching, really, because I since I live with my wife, well, she's a Jesus freak, I go through a lot of things with her, but I learned from Apostle that we've got to leave certain things alone. So she telling me that since I come into this man's church, she never hear me pray. She not see me read Bible. How will get strong with the Lord?
Oh yes, that's another thing.
There's the word she's given. But let's like she don't know. As Apostle mentioned just now, we don't have to open wide and how she said, I don't do everything anymore. I wake up in the morning, I thank Yahweh. I pray, I talk to Yahweh in my mind.
Hallelujah.
She never see me get up in the morning and pray. So she said, I do pray. But she don't know. So I want to thank Yahweh for you for continuing teaching the truth.
Bless you. Bless you. Thank you so much. Blessings and Facebook viewers, thank you all as well for joining us today. I am glad you freed me to talk. I feel like blessings abound to you all. Be good. Alright, now remember.